Hi everyone, my name is Ten, and welcome to my pick a card reading. In this pick a card, we're going to be taking a look at what your spiritual gifts are. So, in case you don't know yet what your spiritual gifts are, this is meant to be a sort of clarifier to help you figure out what it is that you might be naturally adept at. Or if you already know what your spiritual gifts are, this might be a confirmation at what you're good at. And if you find something else that's new, this might be a clue as to what else you might have as a spiritual gift. So I'd like you to take a moment to take a deep breath, channel your guides and ask for their assistance in this, and look at one of these 6 numbers and choose whichever one is calling out to you. You might have more than one, but feel free to just pick whichever one calls to you. Once you've decided on your number, feel free to check the timestamps down below and skip right ahead to that portion of the video. So, once you're ready, we'll get started. This is for everyone who chose group number 1. Let's see what your spiritual gifts are. So the oracle cards that we have for you are Euphoria, Honor Yourself, Diopside, Mother Earth is the keyword. Then we have Hematite, keyword is grounding. The tarot cards we have for you are the King of Wands, then the Sun. We also have the Hermit and the Queen of Cups. The snake oil cards that we have for you are Glue Hell or Hell Glue. Then we have Sweat Trap. And lastly, we have Anger Cave. All right, group number 1. Let's start from the oracle cards going down. So right away, I can already feel like you have a very strong connection with the earth, specifically like with plants, with jewels, just things of this natural world. Both of these cards, both of these crystals have a lot to do with nature. Mother Earth and then grounding. There's already that direct correlation. With Euphoria, Honor Yourself, it's interesting. Even though these snakes are white, I feel like they would normally be green. I know that makes no sense, but it's like the green seems to just stand out so much here. I feel a lot of natural energy occurring within you, or just a lot of raw primal force within. And I see this sort of confirmed here. I see this definitely confirmed here with the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. The Queen of Cups is like a very divinely feminine uh, queen. I think that she is the most divinely feminine next to the Queen of Pentacles. But this is divine feminine water. This is divine masculine fire. When you have the two of them together, it's like temperance. It's the ability to take both of these aspects of yourselves, to put them together and to create something new or something like better, something different out of it. The Sun here, it feels almost like a child. It's very weird because it's like divine mother, divine father, divine child, and then the hermit here is like the crone or like the village elder. It's like an entire family that I see here. Um, for some of you, it feels like you have a host of souls or a host of spirits within yourself. Like you have a good balance of these different elements within you. I said elements, but it's like these different archetypes. With the Sun here, I feel like this is the product of you being able to balance this divine masculine and divine feminine. These three together feels like manifestation. And then the hermit that comes afterward it feels almost like a break. Like everything here has to do with you making something happen. And then the grounding and the hermit that comes afterward is the cycle where you, or the part of the cycle where you need to take a break and you need to sit down for a moment. So, what the Queen of Cups, the King of Wands, and then the Sun is telling me is, well, specifically more on these two, it's it's that your emotions are very strong, or because you have the ability to be so nurturing, when you're not nurturing or when you're angry, it really shows, or it is very potent and powerful. We have a lot of different words here relating to, well, these sort of negative emotions or negative or just really intense emotions is what I want to say. It's not necessarily negative. We have hell, sweat, and then anger here. And then glue and trap. These both indicate being or being stuck or being, I don't want to say stuck. It's like you're focusing your energy into one specific place or one specific spot, and you keep pouring it out in that one spot, and it's so condensed. And even though even though some of these sound scary, I think this is a testament of your power. Um, if you look here at Euphoria, this image to me is of a Gorgon. And okay, Gorgons and Furies in Greek mythology, these are people or these are beings that use their anger to for just causes or for just purposes. I know that in pop culture, Gorgons are hideous women who turn men to stone. Um, I'm thinking about this in a more traditional sense or pre-pop culture. Um, it looks like, well, I see such a really sweet and good energy around you. Like, I'm not sure. I think that everybody's sense of morality is different, but I see a lot of quote unquote good karma around you. Like the spirits of the earth are willing to listen to you. And when you're angry at someone or when somebody infuriates you, it's because they deserve it or they did something in order to incite that from you. I get the feeling that you're mostly level-headed about about everything that you encounter, but when somebody sets you off, it's because they've done multiple things or they've said something that really strikes at your core. With Hell Glue and then Sweat Trap, oh, I feel such an incredible, intense emotion coming from you. It's it's like this is something that's hidden in your arsenal, and the reason why it's so powerful is because you rarely use it. It feels like this is something that you hide normally. Oh wow, okay, and then Anger Cave too. All of these. Oh, it's like this is a wellspring of power that you have tapped within you. Well, the word anger is here. Oh, okay. Spirit is telling me that you might actually be good at baneful magic or baneful works, but not because you're angry all the time. It's because the anger is honed towards something specific. When I see the hermit, the depiction of the hermit is usually someone alone in seclusion, like within a cave. But with the hermit here next to anger and grounding, it's like for some reason, I'm seeing you being able to do a baneful magic ritual or putting all your anger in one place that isn't directly at the person or at the situation. It's like you're able to magically put that anger somewhere and then have it dispersed. Maybe seeking results or actually finding the target that of your anger, but with grounding here, it's like you're able to release that anger in a healthy way. I see this here also with Sweat Trap and Hell Glue, but with Sweat Trap more specifically, this feels this feels like an intense amount of emotion for you. Like when you feel an emotion, you feel it strongly. This can be both positive and negative. I see this also here with like the sun. It's okay, pardon this sort of analogy, but it's like sweat of passion, like sweat after laboring for something for so long and working on it so hard. And when you see your finished product, I'm getting this amazing sense of pride from you. Like, yes, what I did was absolutely worth it. Mm. With hell glue over here, though, not though, it's, ooh, I'm feeling a great sense of you being able to sit with your emotions, even if it is this negative part or these negative emotions. It's like you can sit down with it and you know how to talk to it. It's like you're okay with sitting in these negative emotions or sitting with these intense emotions. Wow, okay, both of these two, it's like, again, you're able to temper your very passionate emotion with your very, okay, well, no. It is all very passionate in my mind, but it's like tempering your heart, the part of you that wants to feel compassion, with the part of you that knows something needs to be done about it. These two are coming together and coming to a right conclusion. Then with the hermit, I feel like I haven't talked about this a lot. Just the hermit feels like it's you sitting down and, again, just holding onto it, or, wow, just allowing those emotions to be let out in a way that is conducive to you, in a way that you feel no longer attached to it, but you can still hold and observe it in a, pardon, in a way that you can hold and observe it and learn from it. I see you taking in all of these different negative experiences and then learning again how to handle yourself or how to readjust yourself. Like, what can I do next time to make this next situation just a little bit better? Mm. Again, I talked about this very briefly at the beginning, but you might want to look into natural magic or working with plants. I feel like a lot of your power has to do with nature, or, yeah, just the natural world around you. So anyways, that's all I'm seeing for group number 1. If this resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching, and I hope you take care. Bye! Hello, this is for everyone who chose group number 2. So let's see what your spiritual gifts are. So the oracle cards that we have are Marak, embrace oneness with the universe. We also have Aquamarine, keyword is communication. And also Morganite, keyword is relationship healing. The tarot cards that we have for you are the Ten of Wands, the Lovers. We also have the Tower and Prince of Wands, or the King of Wands. The snake oil cards that we have for you are Hope Window. Nice. We have Lightning Lamp. And lastly, we have Garbage Sand, or Sand Garbage. Garbage Sand. Alright, so the immediate thing that I'll say with all of these cards together is, well, you seem to have a natural ability with relationship counseling, or, well, being that voice of reason when other people are dealing with issues. And when I say relationship, I don't necessarily mean between, like, romantic partners. I mean, you seem to understand how energy flows between two people that are outside of yourself, and it's like your ability to speak out on it or to talk about it is very, well, profoundly good. Like, you're able to notice the trends or the quirks that are occurring between one person and another Like, even if you don't necessarily know the other person directly, or like, even if you only know one of the people in that two-person partnership, it's like you're able to understand how the dynamic works. Like, you just have this natural inkling or knowing for how one person communicates with the other, or why there is a miscommunication happening here. With Marak here, I'm seeing two different things. Um, with Embrace Oneness with the Universe, it okay, with and then the communication and relationship healing beside it, I feel like you might actually have this natural ability to create relationships with different spirit guides. When I say relationships, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a friendship, or it feels like you can treat your spirit guides as if they they're no different than other friends that are around you or that you might hang out with. The difference is that they don't exist in this physical plane, or you even they might actually appear to you as other people or speak through other people or speak through different, let's say, YouTube personalities online. It's like you know that they don't physically exist, but something about you is able to communicate with them directly. Um, Whether you're in a ritual directly speaking with them, or you're just going about your day and then someone says something that just catches your attention, I feel like you can tell when that is your spirit guide talking to you or trying to get you to notice something. The other thing that I'm noticing with this card here is that there seems to be this instinctive knowing that everything happens for a reason. Or yeah, like you know that if something bad happens to someone, that is an opportunity for them to grow and to learn from it. And uh, if something bad occurs because of a sequence of just consequences, it's like you're able to point them out and go, well, this happened because of this, and that. And this is, I feel like that is a very valuable skill because regardless of how difficult things might be for yourself or the other person, it's like you're able to always build up on that, or you're always able to take something from it and not just leave that as, why is this happening to me? For some reason, it looks like you have the ability to, well, commune with Source or speak to Source in some way, or even your mind is just naturally connecting the dots and is going, well, here's how things happened. Here's what I can do in the future to avoid that. With the Tower and the Ten of Wands down here, it feels like sometimes you're antagonized, or people don't necessarily value your skill because they're too attached to their own emotion. Uh, it feels like sometimes you have to be this tower, or you have to play this tower moment and tell them how it is because, well, you know, you it's like you can foresee how heavy things are going to be for that person unless they fix their behavior, unless they try to correct themselves. It's like you can see the red flags for people and you try to tell them, and it's like you break bad news to other people, or you have the ability to break bad news for them, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means that you're able to catch these warning signs earlier on than most other people or the people that you're interacting with can. I especially see that here with a Ten of Wands. I see this as two things. One, it feels like you're the scapegoat, or you keep holding on to their burdens because they can't take it. So you're the one who has to bring it up, to speak about it, and to talk about it. And these are hard conversations to have with people, but they are necessary for their growth. The other way that I see this is that you're able to tell people what they need to in order for things to be better, but you know that they have to put in the work, that they have to do something that they don't like or that they weren't necessarily planning, and you're the one to sort of break it down to them. Hmm. With the lovers here, this is one of the also this is one of the reasons why I also said that you might be good at counseling relationships, like especially pulling people out of toxic relationships or pointing out the flaws within the communication from one person or the other. Um, Lovers next to relationship healing and then embrace oneness with the universe. I see this card in two ways as well. Like this man here is like them looking to you for advice and then you looking to source or whomever you believe in for advice. But then it's because you also see the snake behind you, or you know that there is an adversary that you need clarification on. So that's why I think that a lot of this has to do with you being able to communicate with helpful guiding spirits, perhaps even angelic divinities. The other thing that I see is sometimes you play the role of the angelic divinity. Like, okay, so it's like everyone switched roles, where the man is now, well, the passive person in the relationship, the one who's causing these problems. The woman here, Eve, is the person seeking advice from you because they see some red flags, but they can't discern it properly for themselves, so they need to ask for your help or for your guidance from it. Um, then with Yeah, the Prince of Wands afterwards, this tower or this circles right back to the tower or the ability of the tower. It's like you're the one who understands how things work or how things are. You it's like you can see their incentive, you can see their motive, and you're not afraid to let that out, or you shouldn't feel afraid to let that out because it again, there's just this divine knowing within you, and your intent behind it too. I see you wanting to facilitate good, healthy, productive relationships with yourself and other people, and then your friends, whomever you sort of consort with in your life. It feels like you're the one who can mediate it. So we'll move to these snake oil cards. I see Hope Window and then Lightning Lamp. Both of these, both Hope Window and Lightning Lamp, they give me such a very strong feeling of like showing the way or showing the light. Uh, Hope Window, this the image to me is like letting all of that good air in, and then well, it's like you open the window, the light shines through, the air isn't stagnant anymore, and it's like the cobwebs are suddenly just gone and everything is suddenly cleanly dusted. That's the feeling that I'm getting from this. With Lightning Lamp, though, it feels the same. It feels similar to Hope Window, but also with the tower. It's like you're able to illuminate things, but once you do, you're seeing the nastiness that is truly there, or you're exposing the nastiness for what it is. And again, this is not a bad thing. It's because when you picture it like this, you're in a dirty room, but it's pitch black, so you can't tell it's dirty. It's like you're the light, and once you put the light on, you're like, oh gosh, this is a really dirty place. And so you're able to show people what it is they have to clean and what it is they have to take out. That's what I actually see here with garbage sand. It's like you're able to remove these difficult weights from here. Oh, it's like you're able to dust the area off, you're able to clean off the debris. Um, no matter how fine this dirt is, or how many piles of garbage is what I want to say are in this room, it's like you're able to help them clean it, or you're able to see what work it is that has to be done. Oh wow, and you're able to lead it. Both of these, suit of wands. Ooh, in general, I feel so much fire energy coming from this, and fire coming from you. It's like you have this divine flame or divine knowing, and you're able to ignite that or illuminate that within others. So this is everything that I'm seeing for group number 2. If this resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe. That would help me out greatly. And thank you for watching, and I hope you take care. Bye! All right, so this is for everyone who chose group number 3. Let's see what your spiritual gifts are. So the oracle cards that we have for you are doable. The key is within your grasp. We also have moonstone. Keyword is cycles. Then we have clear quartz, purification. The tarot cards we have for you are the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. The tarot cards, the thought cards we have for you are Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Swords. Keyword here is futility. The snake oil cards that we have for you are Storm String or String Storm. Yeah. We also have Meat Map or Map Meat. Yeah, Meat Map. I like the alliteration here. Then we have Napkin Clock or Clock Napkin. Okay, right off the bat, what I'm seeing from a combination of all of these cards together is this ability to see cycles or to notice patterns. Like Moonstone keyword a cycle, Wheel of Fortune, this wheel, and then clock, like things happening in a cycle. And then the keyword is futility, like you know something is going to happen again. For some of you, you might actually want to look into astrology or yeah, because everything in astrology, it happens in cycles and it happens in patterns. I feel like that is something you might be spiritually adept at, or something that you have a lot of potential with. Regardless, though, let's move on to what these oracle cards are saying. So, with doable, the key is within your grasp. I keep seeing you being patient or waiting for divine timing. Wow, okay. It's like you're able to set up these different opportunities for yourself. Oh, like you're able to speak a wish to the universe or write something down, or write a wish to the universe, and then the universe is able to manifest that for you. But this is a two-part process. Like it's you speaking it out, the universe making it for you, and then presenting it to you, and then you have to be the one to accept it and go, "Yes, that is for me." And you have to take those opportunities. Um, then beside it, with cycles and purification, both of these are very like clear stones to me. They're very, I want to say, pure and spiritual. Hold on a second. Okay, so instinctually, what I'm feeling with the moonstone and the clear quartz, well, I'm feeling this ability to channel or to I don't want to use the word scry, like divine. It's like you're able to foresee different outcomes, and you're able to, well, distill it. Like you're able to see the finer details within it. With everything that's going on here, I wouldn't be surprised if you said something like tarot cards were something that you've been interested in. Yeah, it feels like just this ability to notice patterns or see the different connections, seeing how different pieces sort of fit together. With this clear quartz here, clear quartz to me is a stone that can be good for anything. Like it's really good at being programmed, and not just that, it's really good at directing energy, especially with like the way it's pointed. I feel like this is you. Like with these two together, it's like you're able to notice something about your magic or your skills. It's like you can see when what type of energies are flowing around you, and you're able to direct it to a particular purpose or particular cause. Like you might figure out when it would be good to do a sort of like a prosperity spell or a love spell, because those are the type of energy signatures that happen to be around you at that time frame, and that can be based on astrological signs, as I was saying before. Mm. And with the purification though, it's like you're able to pick up these feelings, use yourself as a conduit, and then remove it from you. Ugh. So moving on with the tarot cards underneath, I feel like it's really weird because these two cards seem to, in my mind, look like what it is that's on these cards. Um, cycles, Moonstone, Circle, Wheel of Fortune. It feels like all of these together are talking to me about this. It feels almost opportunistic, like you're able to hack the universe in a way that, okay, that might have been a bit extreme there, but it's like you're able to see the direction things are going, and you're able to make a prediction off of it, or you're able to direct the energy in a way that is useful and conductive to you. Then with futility here, okay, I see the one sword pointing out into one particular direction and then all of these other swords pointing towards it. It's like you're able to bring that energy from one place to another, or you're able to put it, again, in just one direction wherever you decide you want it to go. With these two cards in the middle, though, the Three of Swords and then the Five of Cups, um, hmm, it feels like this is a part of your shadow. Like, like even though you know that these cycles are occurring and that you can take from it, it's like there's something internally that's blocking you or preventing you from fully taking advantage of that. I encourage you to check a bit with your shadow and maybe ask a bit where it's coming from or why. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Okay, yeah, the reason why it wants you to talk to your shadow is because a large power comes from that. Um, okay, so this feels, okay, a lot of you, it is a sort of betrayal of relationship, but it's something about the way that this relationship unfolded for you, which left a sort of bad mark or bad impression that can help you. Not that it's not that this memory is good for you or that it's good to cling on to it. It's that this was a crucial moment for you in your learning. Um, it's like this shadow aspect of yourself is able to further help whatever it is that you're dealing with or whatever your power is. All right, with these cards here around the Three of Swords, this feels like a reminder to be patient, or a reminder that uh, to have these things sort of set up behind you as you move forward and as you go for what it is that you're looking for, because it's this sort of setup that's able to get you to where you need to go or to provide what it is you want. Right. So with String Storm on the bottom over here as one of your snake oil cards, and it's also underneath Wheel of Fortune. I feel like these zigzags, these sort of lightning bolts that go underneath it, that feels like what this String Storm is. String Storm to me, I keep hearing the threads of fate. Like you're able to notice the threads that connect people to each other or the threads that keep going on throughout time. Like you're able to, hold on a second. With String Storm here, it feels like you're able to sort of organize these chaos. It's like you're able to, again, see these threads and you're able to make sense of them. I keep seeing the idea of you knitting them together or organizing them in a way that makes sense or in a way that is productive instead of just this mess of strings. I see this as you being able to make sense of these emotions or being able to understand where they come from and how they can work together in your favor. Okay, for some reason when I see meat map, I feel like this is you seeking someone or you looking for someone in particular. Um, I feel like you have an idea of, well, a romantic partner or just the type of people that you want to interact with, and something about you feels like you can't quite find it just yet, but it feels like you might be obscuring yourself or you might be hiding the real parts of yourself that that draw these people towards you in the first place. So keep that in mind as you move forward because the way that you're going to find these people, the way that you're going to find your tribe is by just being yourself. Or if you think that you don't like different parts of yourself, figure out which parts you're willing to change and which parts you're wanting to keep. I see this as a sort of a guide to self-discovery, but it's not just for yourself. I see this as you connecting with other people. Um, that partly has to do with alliteration here with the letter M, but that's just how I see it. I feel like this is you attracting your tribe or finding your tribe. All right, with clock napkin over here, it feels heavily tied with what I was saying before about cycles, like the ability to notice these sorts of patterns. Um, it feels like you might have experienced something difficult in the past, but that might have been because of a cycle or a pattern that you used to play into or that you know about yourself. It feels like you're able to sort of clean that up, or you're able to figure out what it is that caused these cycles in the first place. And when you decide to look forward towards it, or when you look at it directly, you'll might you might be like, oh wow, I see why this is, or I see now how this sort of happened. It feels like a lot of this has to do with introspection and understanding that, like, let's say that you allowed someone toxic in your life, but the reason why you allowed them in the first place is because you didn't realize what their toxic behavior was. It's like now that you've experienced this toxic behavior, now that you familiarize yourself with these sorts of patterns, it's like you're able to see this and you're like, oh, I know where this is going. And because you know you have this foresight, regardless of what this other person says, it's like you already know how they're going to play things out or how they're going to try to explain themselves. And it is fully within your power to stop that and to say, hey, I want out of this. The fact that you know these cycles, it doesn't mean that you're forever trapped in them. It's that you're able to predict the way that things are going to go and you're able to adjust yourself accordingly. It's like it's like being able to check the weather, uh, say days in advance before it actually happens and then preparing accordingly. Like if you know it's going to rain tomorrow, then you might, I don't know, get an umbrella or have a raincoat ready and rain boots instead of just going like, well, I'm going to stay inside forever, I guess, or tomorrow at least. It's that ability to see how these patterns work and play out, which is to your advantage. Mm. The other keyword that I'm hearing for you is gratitude. Um, for some of you, I feel like you might have a tendency, or you might be like bound to thinking that things could be better or things have the possibility of being better. And okay, I'll be real. I get that. I understand how that sort of plays out. But with this Five of Cups here, the message is so clear to me. Like there's two cups in the background here, and it feels like the three cups that are fallen over is similar to the Three of Swords that's here. It's like this person is looking directly at the three cups that have fallen, this heartache, but they don't necessarily notice the Two of Cups behind them, what they're able to do or what they still have. And that's what Spirit is trying to get at with this. It's, again, seeing these cycles, adjusting accordingly, and making sure that you have enough for yourself. So this is everything that I'm seeing for group number 3. If this resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe. That would help me out greatly. And thank you for watching, and I hope you take care. Bye. This is for everyone who chose group number 4. Let's see what your spiritual gifts are. So the oracle cards that we have for you are 3, detox, cleanse and restore yourself. Then we also have hiddenite. Keyword here is gratitude. We also have citrine. Keyword here is abundance. The tarot cards that we have for you are the Fool, the Six of Swords, the Three of Wands. Keyword here is virtue. And the Princess of Discs, or the Page of Discs. The snake oil cards that we have for you are Closet Slime, Leg Junk, or Junk Leg, and Alcohol Hammer. Okay, so one of the key things that I'm getting for group number 4 in general is that you've probably went through a lot of difficult things in your life, or you've had at least one episode in your life where just things did not go out the way that you wanted them to. I, ugh, I'm getting this sort of heavy energy, but it feels like it's in the past. Like, like you went through something very difficult, or you have baggage to carry within you, but something about you is still able to persist or still move forward despite having gone through all of this. Um, I'll move on to what these cards say specifically, and the reason why I want to talk about that is because I feel like that might be a key in understanding where your gifts come from, or how this might actually be to your advantage, group 4. So the oracle cards are detox, cleanse yourself. They, hmm, it, wow, okay, if you're getting this pile, it feels like you might be at the stage in your journey where you are only starting to wake up, or things are starting to, I guess, manifest for you. And the keyword here is manifestation. You see, okay, the cards we have are gratitude and then abundance. Um, One of the key things to manifestation is to be grateful for what you have and to act as if you already have it. With these two together, I see this as you being able to manifest whatever it is that you want, or whatever it is that you're thinking of. But with detox here, it's like there's something blocking you or preventing you from manifesting it. I Okay, in this image, this lady is covered with flies, but she's sort of releasing them, or these are being let go of. It's uh I feel like this is you exhaling that bad energy. Um, for some of you, you might have to do some shadow work, or you might have to face that part of yourself that you didn't necessarily want to see in order to attain this power in its fullest. But a lot of what you can do, it feels like what I want to say is Aries is hidden power. Aries to me is the manifester, the one who's able to make things happen, the one that's able to do. I see this also here with virtue. It's represented by the sun in Aries. Um, Actually, the sun in Aries and then the fool here, these are both, well, okay, a lot of this has to do with starting off or beginning that journey. So the Three of Wands here, The Three of Wands, the Fool, and then the Six of Swords. All of these three cards to me talk about that first leg of the journey, or stepping out and going for what it is that you want. Um, I'm seeing like the traditional Rider-Waite depiction of the Three of Wands here, as well as what it says and depicts on the card. It feels like this is you seeing what it is that you want and then going for it. Like you have that plan. You have everything that you need with you. All that you really truly need, aside like you have the resources, you have the things that you need there. What you have to do now is to take that step, to take that, I guess, leap of faith. But it's not even a leap. It's just that step, that willingness, that wanting to do. And gratitude, this is a very key word in this. I feel that here with the Fool. This feels like it can be your energy, like you going forward and being this sort of cautious, optimistic energy about you. This sort of willingness to dare and to go forward, perhaps into the unknown, and trying to find out for yourself what it is that is there. With citrine abundance, and then the Princess of Discs right underneath it, this feels like this is the outcome, or this feels like it's you. It's like this is you finding what it is that you like, or eventually finding that talent, that skill, that the thing that makes you just feel alive, the the part of you that understands the ways that things happened and why they happened. This feels like it's you holding that and being proud of it. I see. I see you manifesting what it is that you want, or what it is that you want to put out there in the world. Especially with this Princess of Discs, like all of this feels like it's leading to this card, to this abundant energy. The key word here, though, again, is gratitude and then cleansing yourself. Uh, oh, it feels like there might be a toxic mindset within you. I keep feeling this sort of pressure on the sides of my temples. I feel like that I feel like that energy might be an indication of you beating yourself up about something, or you constantly thinking about a particular problem that you've been facing. And that's not to say that those problems aren't real. It's asking you to think beyond that mindset. It's not that you can't hold on to it or that you can't learn from it. It's that you need to expand, or you need to add onto it and say, okay, what else? What are the other voices in my head saying? Hmm, okay. A lot of I'll move on to these snake oil cards. A lot of what I feel with closet slime here, it feels like there's this weird part of your past that keeps popping up, or that you can't run away from. It might be something that affects you permanently, psychologically, physiologically, or just something that shapes a part of your personality. But the key here is that it doesn't have to define you. Oh, okay. Another junk leg. I feel like whatever it is that caused you to be this sort of downheartedness, or that causes this heaviness, is preventing you from moving forward, and that's indicated here with junk leg. It feels like this is. It feels like it's trying. Ugh, hey, it may not be a person, but it feels like it's preventing you from moving forward, or it doesn't want you to move forward, or it wants you to always be stuck in this mindset, or stuck with you thinking that you can't move forward towards whatever it is that you needed to go towards. Um, the thing is, though, it's like I keep feeling this energy of you not wanting to take the first step because you're wondering about the rest of the steps after that. And because you're looking at the journey and going, this is such a long journey, it feels like you're preventing yourself from taking that beginning step. Like it's difficult for you to go forward and try at all because of whatever this is. Hmm. The thing with alcohol hammer that's here on the other side, though, it feels like, okay, alcohol, another word for an alcohol is a spirit, and I see this more as, okay, alcohol, I don't condone alcoholism, but it's like, I want to say like liquid courage, or like this inner voice, this inner knowing that's like, yeah, we can do it, we can make it happen. And I feel this here with the hammer too. It's like, oh, it feels like something outside of you, or something that you can bring within yourself that's like, oh, it's like a good friend that you can talk to, whether that's a spirit guide or an actual person. It's like they're trying to support you or trying to pat you on the back, going, look, we got this, we can make it happen. And this is asking you to lean in on that. If you have a lot of negative voices in your head, I want you to exercise or to think about listening to what this good voice is saying to you. Because if you have bad voices, then you can have good ones too. There has to be that sort of distinction. And even if you don't personally believe what these good voices are saying, entertain it, okay? Listen to what these good voices are saying to you because it feels like they might be the thing that can save you and help you clean yourself, figuratively, from what it is that's in your past. The thing that I like to say is that you don't have to beat your past up, or you don't have to push it down or to hide from it. You can instead decide to move forward along with it, and again, not let it define you. I feel like once you get past that, you're able to manifest, or I feel like there's this amazing sense of confidence that is underneath all of this that can be within you, but it's being blocked by something else. Um, hey, if you've instinctually felt this card, um, if you felt this pile call to you, it, it feels like a lot of this is asking you to be grateful for what you do have, or to look at what you can what you can do, or what little you can do. Like, start from there, start small if you have to, because I'm getting this sort of exponential effect, like whatever little you can put in for yourself, for your future, you'll get it back threefold, and it will keep going threefold again and again and again and again. I feel like it starts with that little investment, that sort of seed that you have to plant. And sure, you have to water it from time to time and take care of it. But once it's established itself, it's able to flourish and grow. I see this trajectory with you over here, and it might have something to do with your spirit guides. So if you do have guides, or if you have been practicing spirituality in some way, I feel like you can trust your guiding spirits to provide for you what it is that you need to see, or what it is that you might want for whatever outcome you might be seeking in the future. So this is everything that I'm seeing for group 4. If this resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe. That would help me out greatly. And thank you for watching, and I hope you take care. Bye. All right. So this is for everyone who chose group number 5. Let's see what your spiritual gifts are. The oracle cards that we have for you are Epiphany, reveal your gifts. Haha. Then we have Lapis Lazuli, past life. And we have Fluorite, keyword is learning. The tarot cards that we have for you are the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, keyword here is valor, and the Ace of Swords. The snake oil cards that we have for you are brush disease or disease brush. We have tree drum or drum tree. Yeah, tree drum. And we have corpse slide. All right, so okay, the first thing that I'll say with group number 5 is that it looks like, hey, everybody, hey, with this past life here, it's like, I feel like some of your ancestors are your guides, or the past lives that you have lived, those spirits are also your guides in a particular way. But it looks like there's something critical about, I guess, what you're meant to learn in this lifetime or your life. Something that I'm hearing for some of you is to check your natal charts. Uh, the reason why I'm saying that is because something about your life lessons or what you've learned in your past lives in conjunction to this one, it feels like your natal chart might give you a clue as to what it is you are meant to learn and what your natural abilities are. And your past lives, it's like they want you to really step into that or to step into the power that comes within your chart, because that is quite literally your birthright. Mm, with past life and learning here together, it feels again like they want you to soak in the information, because this, whatever you learn now in your scholarly pursuits or whatever it is you're going for, it's like that adds on to your super soul or whatever you want to call it, just the part of you that will keep reincarnating over and over again. Um, I see you able to communicate with spirits, some of you. Yeah, like you, some of you have the ability of mediumship. Whoa, okay, wait. I'm not saying some of you. Like, if you chose this pile, this seems like a prominent ability of yours. And specifically communicating with spirits of the past or spirits of other humans that have existed before. Uh, it feels like a lot of who is able to guide you are ancestors of your path. Um, even if you just call on ancestors of the path, it feels like they're able to guide you or they're able to come forward and speak to you about different subjects or different things. Mm, hmm. It feels so very prominent that like your guides want you to learn directly from them or learn the ways that your ancestors did things, because it feels like there's power in your bloodline. Whoa, okay, yeah. If you look at here, it's like the wound is leaking gold and honey, and that, oh, it feels seriously like that is your blood. Like your blood is very valuable. Um, not just to, not just, yeah, blood magic to me is a very powerful form of magic, and I'm not talking just about literal blood magic. I'm talking about your lineage or what sort of information that you carry within you, by your ancestry, by the experiences of your past lives. This is, yeah, if you don't like blood magic, I'm not asking you to go right into it. I'm asking you to look into your figurative bloodline and see what that has to offer to you. I feel like you're going to find something very important to your journey there. Um, with these with these tarot cards underneath, first of all, with the Four of Pentacles and then the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, this feels like this is you in this physical world, like rooting all of this. Like you are the one who exists here in this world, and then these are all your guides. These are the ones who are looking at you from beyond the veil, regardless of who you consider your guides are. It's like, ooh, I see them guiding you. Like your guides are guiding you. It's like they're they're looking at your trajectory and where you want to go, and I see them trying to direct your flow or trying to lead you to a place that is incredibly prosperous. But the key here is that they respect your free will as well. They want you to create those solid foundations for yourself. Mm. With a Seven of Wands here, it feels like you do have to fight a lot for what it is that you believe in. I also feel this here with the Ace of Swords. I feel like this is you standing up for yourself or standing up for the way that you want to do things. And there's a reason why you feel that urge within you. There's a reason why your mind operates in a particular way and why you want to go about things in that way. I I hear spirit asking you to trust your intuition or trust what it is that you feel internally because you're feeling these things for a reason. Hmm. So I feel like there is a gift of discernment here. Like you're able to tell when something comes directly from you or if it's coming from spirit, like if you're in your own head or not, or if that's your spirit guide speaking to you. Pay close attention to that because I'm seeing this sort of claircognizant gift in a way that you're able to hear what's going on, see what's going on, and you're able to apply it to yourself because, wow, you know that it's right. There's this sense of security around you that's like, yeah, I know what's up. And with this Ace of Swords here, again, this feels like this is you knowing and feeling secure in the real world. This is you speaking up and going, yeah, I understand this mentally in the non-physical world, in the mental plane, so to speak. The thing that I'll mention here is if you saw Corpse Slide and freaked out a bit, don't freak out. I feel like this directly relates to past life. Um, okay, let's be real here. We all die, and I don't mean that in a negative or pessimistic way. It's just a fact of life. With Corpse Slide here, it feels like once you die, it's like your spirit is like it goes back up to source, and then it reincarnates into another body, and then it's like time to start this all over again and see what I can learn in this life. Um, okay, so with this being here, I feel like this is asking you to look at the experiences that you've had in your life so far, because these were all fundamental in your growth and to shaping up that sort of super soul, or what the part of you that's just always going to be incarnating over and over again. Mm, yeah, I see this also here with tree drum. I'm seeing here the figurative tree, like this is talked about in mythology of all sorts. So this can be like the Sephiroth, the Qliphoth, Yggdrasil, if you follow Norse mythology. I just This is the spiritual tree, and I see you climbing up it. With drum here, it's like well, it feels like this is you and your ancestors coming together and talking about it or dancing around this tree. I see you working with whichever tree you decide to, or you decide to come to, and you climbing up it. Oh, I'm feeling and hearing this sort of steady beat. Like you're climbing this tree slowly. Whoa. Yeah, for a lot of you, you feel like an old soul, or like you've had many lives before, and you can draw from these past lives, as I've been saying throughout this entire reading, for that wisdom, for that knowledge. And it's like all of these guides, they want to support you in your journey because you're the next in that sort of line of succession. Hmm. Disease Brush sort of stumps me here. Hold on, let me just try to channel this internally and see what it has to say. Oh, okay. So the thing that I'm getting here is, well, I'm getting like sort of scapegoat energy from all of this. So Disease Brush, it's like you're able to see the impurities within other people, and you're able to brush it out of them, but in doing so, you sort of capture it for yourself or you hold on to it. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm getting that you're able to. I want to use the word heal, but yeah, it is that you're able to heal that part of them, but as an exchange, you sort of take on their negative emotions internally for yourself. I see this here with the Seven of Wands, Valor. It's it's like you have to make sure you keep your energy and their energy separate as you take as you take their disease, quote unquote, for yourself, or as you remove it from them, because it's very easy for you to take it within, to internalize their pain as your own. But th- that might be, well, that might be to your advantage. The reason why you are a scapegoat, though, the reason why you're able to take all of this in is because you're what grounds their negative energy. And the Four of Pentacles, this is asking you to be unshakable. This is asking you to, even if you're, sorry, let me try one more time. The Four of Pentacles here is asking you to be stable even though you take in their emotions, even if you take on their disease as your own. I feel this as you persevering anyways, or going, yeah, that's me. I can be that bitch if I have to. And wow, I see you standing strong. I see you being able to grow from it. And it's like you're able to take in what would normally be poison to others, drink it for yourself, and then grow stronger and adapt from it. Like you've adapted and you've overcome. So I'm going to read this one more time. Epiphany, reveal your gifts. Take that for what it is, because this feels like it can mean so many different things. And I've been speaking a lot already about what I've been seeing from your guides, or what they might have learned in their past lives. The last thing I'll say is I'll speak again about Epiphany. It says here, reveal your gifts. Wow, it feels like you do have this sense of security, this sense of knowing, and it's a lot. It wants you to step up and to speak out about it, because there's a part of you that does know a little bit more than meets the eye. I I see you in a sort of exchange where you are teaching others what you know, but you're also learning along the way. I feel like we're always constantly learning, and no one is ever truly done learning. But with all of this together, it feels like you have that abundant energy to be able to teach others or to show them a way that makes sense. So, this is everything that I'm seeing for Group 5. If this resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe. That would help me out greatly. And thank you for watching, and I hope you take care. Bye. This is for anyone who chose group number 6. Let's see what spiritual gifts that you have. So, the oracle cards that we have for you are Furgun, become a loving mirror. We have Shatukite. Keyword here is teacher. Then we have Spirit Quartz. Keyword here is music. The tarot cards we have for you are the Four of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Nine of Swords. Keyword here is cruelty. And the Ten of Wands. Keyword here is oppression. The snake oil cards that we have are Cloak Snake, or Snake Cloak. Then we have net pajamas or pajamas net. Yeah, net pajamas. That sounds cooler. Then we have belly desire. Desire belly. Belly desire. So one of the main things that I'm getting when I'm looking at this spread as a whole is I see this incredible deep amount of empathy coming from you, or this ability to sense another person's pain or take in their emotion as yours. But I also see this sense of intuition coming from you, but that seems like it's on a lesser degree, almost like your empathy or your heart overrides your gut feeling. It feels like intuitively you might have known that something's up when you've empathized with people in the past, and you might have over empathized to the point where that person inadvertently vampirized your energy from you, even though your intuition was saying like, no, 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 we have to take a step back, we have to listen to what's going on around us. But that heart, your heart, it's just it feels so strongly. It feels like it really wanted to help this other person or the people around it, and it just gave a little bit too much or a bit more than you personally were intending. That's just the first impressions that I'm getting from all of these cards together. Let's move on to what these oracles are saying. So, with Fergan become a living mirror, this is where I see a lot of that empathy. Um, okay, and also with Shatake beside it, I see teacher as you teaching other people how to be kind by leading through example, or showing them how they should conduct themselves in the world by you being kind to them, and then they sort of replicate that, or they understand that you have these virtues that they can be more like. um The thing with everything else that's around it, though, is that it feels like some people are taking advantage of that, or you've encountered enough people who see your kindness, and I feel like they're taking advantage of it. Like, they know that you're going to be empathic, they know that you want what's best for them, and so they'll let themselves get away with whatever they want to, because they might pick up the pieces, or they'll know that they'll let you pick up the pieces if they fall. And some of them, some of these people that you're interacting with, it's like they'll go to the extent of falling, or they'll go to the point of no return, knowing that they can fall back on you. So just pay attention to that if you've ever encountered these sorts of people, or if these people will appear up in your life. It feels like your intuition or your spirit guides. It's like they're nudging at you or they're poking at you, and they're like, hey, what is this person doing to you? Can you see what they're doing to you? You just pay close attention to that, because, well, it is for your own benefit and it's for your own good. Mm. Then with music on the other side, okay, it feels like a lot of you, a lot of you have this ability with sound, or, well, okay, yeah, the blue here stands out so much. Usually blue stands for communication or the throat chakra, but here especially, it's almost like you're able to interpret music in a way that most other people can't. It's a bit difficult to describe. It's like instead of just listening to good music and appreciating it, you actually feel it, and you're able to translate that art for yourself. Mm. You know how like when if you see like a really good painting and it makes you really think about it and think beyond what you just see on the portrait. It's like the same thing with that, but with music. Mm. I see this especially with this image of the person touching that mirror within themselves and then rippling it out, or the ripples around it, around where they've been touched or where they've touched themselves. I I feel like that's with like you seeking out music, you seeking out that healing music that you like. Pardon. Some of you, it feels like you are guided towards more darker music or more quote unquote edgy music, but that's because when you listen to this darkness externally from you, it's like a catharsis. It's as if you can feel the emotion behind the music that you listen to, and you recognize that it is of your own, and it can go into some really dark places. I feel that here is indicated by all the tarot cards that are underneath. Um, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these cards do indicate a heavy emotion. Uh, like you're dealing with a lot, but everything around this, especially on the top, it I feel like you yourself, you have such a sweetheart, like a genuinely good soul, but it's like moths to the flame. It keeps attracting people who prey on that, or emotional vampires who want to take that as their own. Like they see you as an energy source to suck from. I know that that sounds really weird, but that's what I'm seeing, especially with this Nine of Swords and then the Four of Swords beside it. Okay, in this depiction, it is all of these nine swords bleeding or dripping blood, and in the traditional tarot, it is of a person waking up during the middle of a nightmare. Um, okay, the keyword here is also cruelty. Oh, okay, for some of you, it feels like you attract two-faced people, or you've dealt with a lot of two-faced people in your life. Um, uh, I see this as you resting and them sort of taking it when you're not looking, or taking your energy when you're lulled into a sense of comfort. I see this also here with the Two of Swords. And notice how this person has their eyes blindfolded and they have the two swords that cross them. It's like they feel trapped in their situation, or like there's a sort of stagnance around them, as this other person keeps taking your energy and then adding their burdens onto you and lightening their load, but it doesn't feel like a mutual exchange. It feels like they're handing this off to you and going along their merry way. And I think that you might be to the point of asking why, like, why is this happening? Or why am I experiencing all of this? And I'm gonna I'm gonna put it in this sort of context for you. If everything that I've been seeing so far really does resonate with you, then the reason why you're bearing all of this is so that other people don't need to. It's because you've gone through these experiences enough. Like okay, think of this analogy. It's like a white blood cell in your body that has fought a virus, and now because it has fought the virus, it is starting to build up that immunity. Like your immuno response is learning and has adapted to facing these sorts of threats. And now, when you see that threat again in the future, you're immediately able to see the red flags. That's what I feel here with oppression. Like the logical side of your brain understands the patterns when it sees it. The orange, the orange in this picture, it just stands out so much to me. And even Shatakite, there are speckles of orange on this orb here too. That to me speaks of your personal intuition, or yeah, just your gut feelings, so to speak. Mm, hold on. So the word belly desire is underneath it, and again, this is where I keep feeling this gut intuition coming to you, or is coming from you. Um, you know the saying, trust your gut? I think this might come a little bit literally to you. Like you might feel a pit in your stomach whenever you talk to someone that doesn't rub you the right way. Or it's like if they rub you off the wrong way and you feel that feeling in your gut that's like, something's up. This is saying, hey, listen to that because you're feeling it for a reason. Um, in general, I do feel like, oh, I'm getting the sense of intuition if I read it this way, as opposed to 9 forward here. All of these, like these two people have their eyes closed, and hey, I know that there's no person in here, but it feels almost like they're blinded or they're really in a state of condensed thinking, and that's what I see here. Like a very heavy contemplating energy about what they've been through or what they're currently going through. Okay, it feels like one of your strengths isn't to impulsively react on things, but it is to internalize what's going on around you, assess it, and then react accordingly. Moving on with these other snake oil cards, um, there are these two words here, snake cloak, net pajamas. These are both different like articles of clothing. And okay, net pajamas imply to me that I, I keep seeing a sense of being comfortable in your own skin, whether that is literal or not. It's I keep seeing you being transparent or not being afraid to hide what it is that you feel or that you see because, oops, it's like you're very genuine. I see you being very genuine. Net pajamas. Pajamas is art. Like you wear pajamas when you go to sleep. It's what you wear to become comfortable. When it's made out of nets, or the way that it's described here, again, it's just like, hey, you have nothing to hide, and you're okay with that. You're pretty comfortable. Oop, pretty comfortable with it. Then with snake cloak, hmm, I see this. Oh, I see this ability to adapt, this ability to transform, and to shed your skin like a snake and to move on to this next iteration or next version of yourself. Hmm. I also see that, okay, this might be a future thing for you, but it's like you're able to put on this thick skin or this extra layer about you, and it protects you from those haters or from those emotional vampires, as I was saying before. It's like as soon as they latch on, you're able to shed that and go, nope, I'm done. We're done with you. Bye. Overall, I'm seeing again just this incredible clear ability to empathize with other people, but also to transform yourself as you empathize. Um, it feels like when you empathize with others or when you take in their energy, it's a mutual exchange where hey, if you're allowed or if you're able to make it this mutual exchange and this other person doesn't vampires from you, I see you as evolving alongside them and you both mutualistically helping each other go forward. Ooh, I keep seeing you changing, evolving into something better. Like you're always going to like learn. And well, it feels like you learn so much to the point where you're able to guide others and be like, hey, pay attention to this or that. Like, if you notice toxic behaviors in other people, if you notice that other people like you are falling prey to their friends' toxic behaviors, it feels like you're the one to be able to step out and say, hey, pay attention to this because I've fallen prey to that before. In all, these are the messages that I'm getting for people who chose group number 6. If you like this, please like, comment, subscribe. That would help me out gratefully. Anyways, these are the messages that I'm getting for group number 6. If this resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe. That would help me out that would help me out just a lot. And thank you for watching, and I hope you take care. Bye.